Hello, Broken Arrow. I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon, and thank you for joining me for the February 16th emergency winter operation update. I sincerely appreciate everyone taking the time to watch this video to give you an update on what's been happening with operations over the last several days. I have several members of the city's team that are going to be helping me with the update. We're going to be coming to you from Microsoft Teams because there's so many things that are happening behind the scenes that I wanted to bring on some folks to give you an update specifically from those directors and senior staff members that are working for all of us around the clock, essentially, or their team members to make sure that we get through this situation together. Joining me today is Assistant City Manager of Operations, Kenny Schwab. We also have Assistant City Manager of Administration, Norm Stevens. We have Emergency Management Director, Jamie Ott. We have Street and Stormwater Director, Rocky Hinkle, and Communications Manager, Jennifer Sweezy. All of us are going to be talking to you about what's been happening and will be happening over the next few days. I'm going to kick off the update with a couple of items, and then I'm going to turn it over to Jamie Ott to talk to you about a few things. First thing I want to say is that we will come to you probably each day for the next 2 to 3 days to give you an update on where we are with regard to operations and what's happening with the weather. So please tune in to our updates. Once again, we'll be posting those for you to look at. We'll be fielding some questions. Secondly, I want to mention that today, the 16th, is a regular city council meeting. That meeting has been rescheduled as a result of the current weather and the impending snow that we're going to be receiving later this evening. So for safety reasons, we've decided that we're going to reschedule the city council meeting. Now, the city council meeting, there is going to be a special meeting this Thursday, February 18th at 4:30. We're going to do most of the agenda from tonight's meeting. So we will be actually advertising for that special meeting. There are 2 items on that agenda that we will not be adding to the agenda or discussing, and that is the item regarding possible changes in presentations to the city council when citizens decide to speak to the governing body. And the second one is possible consideration of a resolution encouraging masks for citizens within our community or those that come to our community. Those 2 items, which I know there's a lot of folks that are interested in both of those items, those are actually going to be on the agenda for March 2nd. So look for the agenda coming out and more information about the March 2nd meeting with those 2 particular items. But we will be doing city business by way of a special meeting this Thursday at 4:30 virtually to get the regular city business done. So just an update for you that there will not be a city council meeting this evening. So with that, we have lots to cover. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to turn it over to Jamie Ott, our Emergency Management Director. He's got a few things he wants to share with the community. Jamie?
Thank you, Mr. Spurgeon. We still have a winter storm warning that's in effect for our area through the morning hours. Right now, it seems like the snow system has kind of slowed down, so really the heaviest part of our snowfall event will start sometime around 7 p.m. and go through most of the late evening to early morning hours. We could still see a 4 to 6 inch snowfall by the time this is over with by Wednesday morning. There's still concerns with the low temperatures and with the wind chill factors still being in the threatening area that we need to be mindful of. And when we go outside, venture outside, to make sure we put on our coats and gloves and be prepared for those wind chills. PSO reported today that they have gone back from a emergency level 3 down to a level 1, which they're still monitoring. It should be noted that even though we have this next storm system coming in, the next 24 to 48 hours is still crucial as far as PSO and Southwest Power Company monitoring the power levels. There still could be a potential for some rolling blackouts that could happen within the next 24 to 48 hours. So make sure you have your go kits, your emergency kits ready to go in case you do have a power outage. Currently, PSO is reporting that if you are affected by some of the power outages, that it should only last from an hour to 2 hours at the maximum. with our public safety, our police officers are still working numerous accidents due to the conditions in our area. Still asking while you're getting out and moving around, please slow down. Give yourself enough time to arrive to your destination. Allow for plenty of time between stopping distance between yourself and the car in front of you to try and help prevent some of these accidents. Again, have that emergency kit inside your car if you get stranded out or get stuck on the side of the road in the snowbanks. And that's all I have, sir.
Okay, Jamie, thank you very much. So the rolling, just real quick, the rolling blackouts or the load shedding, as they called it, that was necessary for what reason, Jamie? Because I've had a few questions from the public about why that was necessary.
From my understanding with PSO, what's happening is there's such a load on the power grid system that they have to start sharing that decrease in power because there's so much power consumption going on. The only way to keep the grid from basically collapsing in larger areas going without power, they started implementing these rolling blackouts so that way fewer of their customers are affected, and that way they can conserve power to put it into other areas and kind of help keep their system up and going.
Thank you, Jamie. We will try to let the public know when we're advised by PSO that there's going to be a load shedding or blackouts. As soon as we know, we will let the community know. So, Jamie, thanks a lot. Really appreciate all that you're doing. Okay, let's move to snow removal operations and talk to Rocky Hinkle. Folks probably see Rocky quite a bit with his videos on many projects around town, so his face is definitely familiar to most of our community. Rocky, how you doing and what's happening?
I'm doing well, sir. Thanks for having me. I just want to let you know today is the 9th consecutive day that our crews have been in winter operations or snow and ice control. Currently, our road conditions are very good. They remain passable from the time the last storm has passed. Our crews will remain on 12-hour shifts throughout the duration of this next storm. We currently have 14 trucks with plows and spreaders that will be used for the second storm that is approaching us, and we'll be in plowing operations once the snow accumulates to the end of the storm.
Let me ask you this. Are you having any problems out there? Do you need any support from the public that you'd like to share with them?
No, I just want to appreciate their support. We've got a lot of messages from them thanking us and appreciating the good work that our crews are doing. They put in a lot of long hours, and it's nice to get those messages. Just would advise that if they need to leave their house and travel, that they provide enough leeway to get to their destination and keep a safe distance between the cars in front of them. And most importantly, as you approach intersections, make sure you control your distance and your speed as you approach those intersections. Those are kind of the troubled areas.
Okay, Rocky, thank you. Please pass along on behalf of everybody in the community and myself, the city council, all of the administration. Thank you to all that your team is doing to help with the streets and the clearing. It's greatly appreciated. So thank you very much. Pass that on for us, okay?
Will do.
Okay, let's move to Assistant City Manager Kenny Schwab to talk about trash collections and any updates that he has on utility department operations. Kenny, how's it going?
It's going very well. Appreciate it. Thank you, Michael. Hopefully our citizens and our customers have had an opportunity to look at our website and look at the social media and see the adjusted schedule for the solid waste and recycling pickup. If not, please take a look at those platforms. But we have adjusted our pickup schedule due really to the wind chill. Our number one goal is twofold. We need to pick up your trash, but we've got to do it in a safe manner. We've got to provide safety for our employees out there. And with these really dangerous wind chill temperatures, we thought it was best to slide our schedule a couple of days and try to catch that balmy weather at the end of the week of about 25 degrees. So what we have done is if you have a normal Monday pickup day, your normal day is Monday, we will pick that up Thursday the 18th. If our normal day is Tuesday, we will pick you up Friday the 19th. If it's Wednesday, we will pick you up Saturday the 20th. And if you're a Thursday pickup date, we will actually pick you up the following Monday, the 22nd. And then we'll address next week's schedule later on. But this week, you will slide just a couple of days. We will start Thursday We'll do Friday, Saturday, and then jump to Monday. One thing I'd like to point out is recyclables. If you could hold your recyclables back, that would be fantastic. If you put them out on the curb, we will pick them up. We'll actually pick them up in the same unit, and this time we will actually take them to the waste to energy plant. Reason being is I have 7 recyclable routes. I have 11 solid waste routes. By picking them all up at once, I can have 18 vehicles picking up that day's section all at one time. So we can cut down on the time that it takes to pick us up, which means our employees are exposed less to the temperatures in a shorter duration. So that's the schedule this week. And again, you can find it on our social media or our website. With respect to utilities, we are seeing some water line breaks. Fortunately, the ones that we've seen so far have been in the subdivisions, which means that's usually a 6 or 8 inch water line. It's not the big transmission line, 24 inch, 16 inch. It's easier to get to, but our guys will respond to them immediately. So they're out in this temperature and this type of weather in the water trying to fix that. We are not, as a city, we are not shutting anybody off this week for lack of payment. You will not be shut off. If by chance you have no water to your house, there's either a break, a city main, or it could be your service line. Call your neighbors, talk to them. If none of your neighbors are out, it's most likely your service line. So hopefully that helps, Michael.
Oh, great update, Kenny. Once again, let me express my appreciation on behalf of everyone for the work the solid waste crews did last week in some very tough conditions and what they're going to be working even later this week. And so we certainly appreciate everyone's patience with the solid waste and recycling. Just give us a couple weeks and we'll get back on the normal schedule. Our folks are going to work very hard for our customers, for working for you when they're out there. It's just that safety comes first from all of our perspectives of the employees. And we feel like that, delayed schedule was necessary to protect the health and safety of our employees. So we appreciate your support on that. Also, big shout out to the crews and utility department, Jerry Hanwinkle and his team that's out there, and everyone that works with and for him, because that's a lot of hard work out there whenever there's a main break, Kenny. So we appreciate that update. Okay, moving on into the area of public safety, let me ask new Assistant City Manager Norm Stevens of Administration to give us an update. What's happening, Norm?
Thank you, Mr. Spurgeon. The fire department is going in full force. They don't anticipate any reduction of service. Depending on the severity of the snowfall tonight and then tomorrow, there might be a reduction in our response time, but we do not think it's going to be anything that is too concerning. They are responding to several calls per hour of broken water pipes within people's homes, and they think that that's probably going to continue. The police department also does not expect any reduction of service. Fortunately, 70% of all their vehicles are 4-wheel drive, so they can get just about anywhere they need to get within our city. We do recommend that people do call-in reports if at all possible, instead of calling the officers out to their house to take a report. At least over the next 48 hours, we'll have people available to take the reports by phone. Motorist assist, as Jamie said, is the primary call that we're dealing with. However, there are some collisions. Fortunately, our folks are doing great on our streets. They're doing what they're supposed to do, giving plenty of room, and they're staying inside if they possibly can. Other than that, it's business as usual. Our police and fire department know how to handle this, and they're doing a great job.
Okay, well, once again, pass on to all the folks in police and fire. Thank you for all they're doing. They've got to be out in the elements, and they do a great job. And so I'm very grateful on behalf of all of our citizens for the job they're doing as well. So talk a little bit about the vaccine clinic. Norman, tell us what's happening. Today was the first day. I think from my understand, we had a really good turnout. So how's it looking for the rest of the week?
We're real excited about this. We thought it was super important for us to get this thing up and running. We're doing it with a partnership with Passport Health. It's being held at our public safety complex every week. Started today and it'll go through April 18th. It goes from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Thursday, excluding city holidays. Everything is by appointment, and you can get to the portal site by going through www.brokenarrowok.gov and clicking on the link there. They must be made in advance. Nobody needs to show up. They won't take people who just show up. We are monitoring the weather daily, and we'll make updates online if the clinic is canceled or postponed. There's several COVID resources that can be found on our city link. And we anticipate probably about 125 shots per day for a total of 2,000 shots to be given out of there. Hey, one other thing I do want to mention, depending once again on the severity of the storm tonight, we may be delaying the opening of some of our city offices until we can get our employees in safely. This is almost going to be a game time decision by the administration, and that's just non-emergency responders. Our emergency responders are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, regardless of the weather. That's all I got.
Okay, Norm, thank you very much. Just a quick shout out to Chief Jeremy Moore, Assistant Chief Mark Stewart. I know Brian Myrick, and there were probably several others that helped with the vaccination partnership that we have. That was a lot of work to make sure that we could actually put something on for our residents. So I want to send a big thank you out to them, as well as everyone else that helped to put this together at the state level, the local level. This is really good for our community, and I would encourage those folks that are in those categories that are eligible to come out and to take advantage of the fact that we have the vaccination clinic right here in Broken Arrow. So something good for our community, and you certainly encourage everyone to take advantage of it. Okay, I'm going to jump back to Jamie real quick to talk about any warming shelters or any other services that he would like to mention that would be available. Jamie, anything to add there?
Yes, sir. We have one warming station that's currently up and being used during the normal hours down at Central Community Center. They have a facility there where you can go in and get out of the code. We also have our First Christian Church on South Elm that they're providing a warming shelter, and they also have facilities there that if someone runs out of heat or has issues that they need to get out of the code overnight, that they have the facilities to do that. There are other churches around the area that are providing daily warming shelters. You can check our social media sites to find the locations of those. Also, if you're out calling 211, they will be able to help you find locations of shelters that are open and any information for those shelters.
Okay, thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you adding that information. It's very, very important. Let me go to Communications Manager Jennifer Sweezy to update us on what types of communications the public can be expected to see from the administration, from City Hall, basically.
Good afternoon, Michael. Thank you. As you know, the communications team has multiple ways that we send out information to residents, to the media, to visitors, and to businesses around the area. And during the winter storm, we've been doing daily updates. The media receives an update every evening from the communications staff, and then every day we share that update with the residents as well on our website, which also sends an automated email if you're subscribed to our city email. If not, we encourage you to do that. We also make those posts on social media accounts. The city has over 30 social media accounts, so it's not hard to find us. And Nextdoor is one of our most used platforms. So again, the best way to find us is at our homepage. And then if you go to brokenarrowok.gov/news, it will list out all of our different platforms. You can see where to sign up. You can get emails. You can see our social media. And also, I want to point out we do robocalls in the event there's an urgent change to service, such as trash. And we've been doing those calls for the past week. So if you're not sure if you're signed up or need to check your information, go to that page and you can sign up there for robocalls. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll be doing updates by way of video for the next couple of days. Is there any particular time when folks should look for a new update from the administration, Jennifer?
These video updates will post around 5 o'clock as needed. When we record those, they'll also be loaded to YouTube. So just keep an eye on Facebook for any videos that come out.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for all that your team's doing to keep the community informed. We have a lot of folks in our community that follow what's going on at the city, and I just want to encourage everyone that does follow the city is to share the information that's in this video or anything that comes out from the city to your friends and family, so we can get that information out about what's going on. So it's just about time to wrap up. I'm going to ask the team that's on the call today if there's anything else anyone would like to add before I go ahead and finish it up.
I'd like to add one thing. I'd like to kind of follow up on something that Norm talked about and you talked about. The water lines in your house, the piping in your house, if you'll make sure that your cabinet doors are open, like if you have a kitchen outside sink and you allow the water to continue to run through the pipe, doesn't have to be full go, it can just be just a constant little drip or something. As long as the water is still moving through the pipes, it's less likely to freeze and cause the damage in your house. So, I mean, we hear that all the time. This is really the time to be doing it. So I just wanted to follow up on that.
Thank you, Kenny. That's very, very important. I know that's good guidance for people to consider using going forward with such extreme weather. Folks, that's just about all the time we have for this update. I want to take this opportunity and to thank you on behalf of the City Council and administration for tuning in. We want to try to keep you informed of what's going on. I'd like to thank all the directors that are on this call as well, that all the directors that are not, as their staffs that are out there working hard for all the citizens and businesses within the community. Thank you to everybody. I just want to close it out by saying, just be safe. Give yourself extra time. Also, as I said last Friday when Jamie and I gave the first update, check on your family, check on your friends, check on your neighbors in this very, very difficult time. The weather's going to be better this weekend. It'll be a balmy, probably 30 to 35 degrees, and then it'll be warming. So we just got to get through this together for the next few days. We'll keep you posted. If you have a question, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, reach out to your council member, contact us on the website, our social media platform, and we will try to get back to you as soon as we can. Until next time, take care, God bless, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.